All right, leadership as a recruiting leader. It's an interesting subject because most of the time, look, I'm a competitive dude. Like if you play me at ping pong, if you play me at slapjack, if you play me at anything and I'm losing, chances are I'm not a happy guy. Like I am an absolute child and juvenile when it comes to this, right? And so when you enter the recruiting phase of meeting somebody, a lot of us that are competitive, which is what you find in sales, it's like a win or lose situation, right? I am going to go in and, like I was told, always be closing. I don't want the steak knives. I want the car. And here's the deal. That in most cases, guys, will come back to bite you. Because when you are in front of somebody, if you exude leadership, and I mean real leadership, real long-term, long-range leadership to somebody, that doesn't necessarily mean they're going to come work with you today. But what I will say is because you exuded leadership, that in the long game, which hopefully you're in for, will pay off. People want to work for leaders. And if you are consistently adding value, making people better mortgage professionals, they eventually will come back, right? And I'll give a simple example. I still, in the year 2020, hear originators say, I am a purchase-only loan officer. It's all I do. I don't do refis. And this might turn some of you off, but you're wrong. You're wrong if that's your mindset. I get what you're saying. I focus on my relationships because a refi feels like a transaction and a relationship will perpetually feed me business, and that's what I'm going to focus my time on. I get that, but here's the deal. Refinances are a relationship. They are a consumer that you have made a promise to them and to yourself that you want to be a mortgage consultant for life. Not a purchase mortgage consultant for life, but a mortgage consultant for life. And more than ever before, you've got to understand that 1 out of every 5 refinances in the country is done by us or Quicken. And then if you happen to pull market share, by the way, you're going to find that Quicken also happens to be, in most cases, top 3 of purchase market share. That's not a coincidence. What they've done is they've shown clients that we give a good mortgage experience, not a good refi mortgage experience. We give a good mortgage experience, whether you believe they do or not. Yeah, that's an argument for a different day. But they're pulling people into their ecosystem and they're keeping them. And that's why doing refinances with clients is vital. You get a lot of originators out there just talking to realtors and builders, and they don't think that Quicken is in their marketplace. They're like, well, I never compete against them, so they're not here. BS. Pull market track. Show it to them and go, they're actually here. They're actually here. What's happening is they're getting to consumers first. They're pre-approving them, running them through their engine, and they're giving them to realtors that do business with them, which aren't realtors that do business with you. So this is like the hidden killer. You don't see it. And so here's the deal. That narrative I just gave, does that pull people into your boat? Does that make people want to work for you because you called them wrong for doing only purchases and not refining their past clients who, by the way, forgetting all of that, are also people that will buy homes in the future? Is it going to pull on the boat that you pointed out that Quicken is eating their lunch right now? No. But what it does do is it puts you on a path of leadership. Because if this person begins to understand that narrative is actually real and happening, that enables you to have continued conversation around something that more than likely their manager is not having with them. And you can begin to talk to them about tactics that they're doing to do refinances efficiently without hurting their purchase business, or how to maybe engage into a direct-to-consumer platform, or how to engage in a digital marketing platform. And you can now begin to add value to this person without them even working for you. And surrogate leadership, guys, is one of the strongest ways to build a dominant team. Because when people decide to make a move, they're not going to make a move for value props or for sales. They're going to make a move to leadership. And if they sit down in any meeting with you and they stand up, walking away a better mortgage professional because of your leadership, you in the end game will ultimately win. And so remember, guys, as competitive as you are, it's not win or lose in that one transaction. Always be closing is great, but also can be hurtful if you don't think about the long term. And I see a lot of recruiting leaders doing that are succeeding, and I see a lot of recruiting leaders that don't do that are failing.